The realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agree to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
Well, my friends, the day is finally here. We now have our first look at House of the Dragon's second season. HBO Max has finally and officially released their first teaser for House of the Dragon's new season. The first thing I have to say is it looks absolutely incredible. As I said in my last video, I believe this new season of House of the Dragon will be far better than the first season. Now it's starting to feel like Game of Thrones all over again, and I for one am very excited. The war of ravens and envoys and marriage alliances is over, and the war of fire and blood has officially begun. The Dance of the Dragons will highlight House Targaryen in a way in which we have never seen them before. Now I will go over every shot in this video and describe what I believe is happening. Do not watch this video unless you're ready to find out what's happening in these scenes. With that being said, shall we begin? The new video begins right where we left off at the end of House of the Dragon's first season. It begins with a shot of Rhaenyra overlooking Shipbreaker Bay, where her son Lucerys Velaryon and his dragon lost their lives. This is where their bodies fell after Aemon's dragon Vhagar devoured them in one bite. As you can see, the devastation is written all over Rhaenyra's face, as her worst fear is confirmed. Her son Lucerys is gone, and this will start a war that will nearly wipe out all of House Targaryen and their dragons. After this, we're shown King Aegon Targaryen as he's about to ascend the Iron Throne. As we all know, Rhaenyra's father Viserys named her his heir before he died. Rhaenyra should be the one who is ascending that Iron Throne, but as we all know, the Greens held Aegon's coronation before Rhaenyra even knew of her father's demise. In this season, we will see Rhaenyra fight for what she believes is hers by right. In the following shot, we have Daemon, dressed in full body armor, leaving what I believe is Dragonstone. This might be happening at the beginning of the season when he leaves for Harrenhal. We're gonna see Daemon lead the assault on Harrenhal for Rhaenyra, and this will be the opening of hostilities and the Dance of the Dragons. We'll also see Rhaenyra and Daemon's men setting up camp in an unknown location. There's also a shot of House Hightower's army as well, while they're on the move dressed in full body armor. It's no secret, Aegon and Rhaenyra will be fighting over the Iron Throne, so we will see them maneuver their soldiers during the whole season. It won't be long before we see them in the field fighting during an incredibly bloody battle at Rook's Rest. It's followed up by a shot of Alicent and who I believe is Sir Larys Strong. They're basically discussing what we will see this season. They will fight, many will die, and the victor will sit on the Iron Throne. Now, in this new season, Sir Criston Cole will have a slightly new look with his shorter hair. In this scene, we see what appears to be Sir Criston Cole beheading Lord Darkland after they sacked Duskendale. For those of you who don't remember, Lord Darkland sat on Rhaenyra's Black Council, therefore Sir Criston Cole beheads him for treason. He will only be one of many men who will die for siding with Rhaenyra. Here we have our first official image of Aegon sitting on the Iron Throne. As you can see, he's wearing the iron and ruby crown of Aegon the Conqueror. I'm very excited to see what Aegon does to hold on to the Iron Throne, while Rhaenyra and Daemon do everything they can to make sure he doesn't sit there for very long. In this season, we're also going to be introduced to Adam of Hall, who will be one of the bastards from Driftmark who gets legitimized during the Dance of the Dragons. We should also see him become a knight and heir to House Velaryon. Now, since he's of dragon seed descent, he will be able to ride a dragon, which we will see him do. Right above his head, we see the dragon Seasmoke, formerly ridden by Laenor Velaryon, who faked his death and fled Westeros in the first season. Adam of Hall will ride his dragon into battle during the Dance of the Dragons, and I believe we see him riding Seasmoke right here. Men from the Green's army is then seen entering the field at Rook's Rest. This is where this season's major battle will be located. If you've been watching all of my other videos, then you know what happens during the battle. You'll see more images of what happens here soon. Here we have a shot of some of Rhaenyra's Black Council. We have Daemon, Rhaenyra, Rhaenys, and Eric Cargill, who fled from King's Landing with the crown last season. They're most likely strategizing how they will attack Aegon's army. We get an incredible shot of Daemon slicing down with his sword in a godswood. You can see the red leaves from a weirwood right behind him. I believe this might be at Harrenhal after Daemon takes over the castle. Now, what we see next might be my favorite frames from this teaser trailer. Here we have Aemond One Eye walking in the throne room by himself. He has that same look in his eyes we've all seen before, whenever Littlefinger or even Varys gazed upon the Iron Throne. This should be when Aemon is regent while Aegon recovers from his injuries suffered during the battle at Rook's Rest. I just love how these images are shot in darkness while the lightning strikes overhead. It makes for an incredibly ominous moment in the series. Now we'll go up north, where we see there's snow all over the ground. It looks like this might be our scene with the Night's Watch. This will be after Jace goes north to Winterfell to make an alliance for his mother. After Jace becomes friends with Lord Cregan Stark, they will go to the Wall together. It will be interesting to see what exactly happens while they're with the Night's Watch at the Wall. As I've said in other videos, there is some evidence we will be seeing the Army of the Dead this season, but we shall see. Here we have another scene with Alicent Hightower, and I'm not exactly sure where this is. It doesn't look like King's Landing, but I might be wrong. Now I want to have a look at one of my other favorite shots from the video, which is right here. I love this image of Rhaenyra, who has her dragon Syrax watching her back. It looks to be on the beach of Dragonstone, while Rhaenyra meets with Adam of Hall, who's now riding Sea Smoke. Right outside of the city of King's Landing, we see the domed dragon pit atop Rhaenys Hill. You will become very familiar with this location during the season of House of the Dragon. We were here in Season 7 of Game of Thrones when Daenerys met Cersei, only it looked much different then. In this shot, Helena looks very upset, and she has every reason to be if you know what happens to her this season. Unfortunately, she will be the one who pays the largest price for Daemon and Rhaenyra avenging her son Lucerys. Daemon will have assassins hired known as Blood and Cheese, who will slip into the Red Keep at night. Now, because Lucerys was killed, Daemon wants revenge. He wants a son for a son. This will be when Blood and Cheese enter Helena's chambers and force her to choose which one of her sons will die. It will without a doubt be one of the most heartbreaking and tragic moments in the show. Her son Little Jaehaerys will die, and his funeral ceremony will be held in the streets of King's Landing. We've seen set leaks from that several months ago. Here we have even more amazing shots from the battle at Rook's Rest. As I said in my last video, we will see many main characters during the battle. Aegon, Aemon, Sir Criston Cole, and even Rhaenys will be here before it's all said and done. We will see this green field soaked with fire and blood. We also have our first official shot of Daemon's daughter Baela riding her dragon Moon Dancer. We're gonna see over a dozen dragons this season, unlike anything we've ever seen before. We also see the streets of King's Landing are in absolute chaos. Everyone is running in fear, but I'm not exactly sure what's happening in the scene. I haven't seen King's Landing like this since Daenerys engulfed the city in dragonfire. And while we're speaking of dragonfire, we see men getting burned alive. These are the dragon seeds on Dragonstone, who were trying to claim the wild dragons to help Rhaenyra in the fight. As we all know, a dragon will not let just anyone mount them. Luckily for Adam of Hall, he was successful. Once again, we see Daemon, in full battle armor, on the back of his dragon Caraxes. At the end of this new teaser, we have our money shot of Aemon riding Vhagar. Now, the way it looks, it seems as if Aemon and Vhagar are attacking Rhaenyra and Syrax, but that's not what's actually happening. We will see Aemon and Vhagar during the battle at Rook's Rest. In that battle, he will be fighting alongside his brother Aegon and his dragon Sunfire against Rhaenys and Meleys. It will be an incredible fight with 3 dragons and their riders in the sky. Unfortunately, Rhaenys and Meleys will not survive, but she doesn't go down without a fight. They will severely injure Aegon and his dragon before she dies. It will be nearly a full year before he's ready to sit the Iron Throne again. Meanwhile, it's going to be interesting to see what Aemon does while he rules in his absence. I don't know about all of you, but the new teaser has me so excited for the upcoming season. I'm not sure how anyone thinks the first season will be better than this one. Let me know if you think there was anything I missed in the video. Also, let me know what scene has you most excited. I did my best at describing what I think I saw. Although I did give a lot of information, I still wanted to leave out some things because I don't want to reveal everything from the season. I've already read Fire and Blood, so I know most of what will happen, but I know the writers are making up a lot of things as well. I'll be excited to see what they've done differently. George R. R. Martin seemed to be very happy with their new direction. As always, I want to thank everyone for watching the video. There will be a lot more heading your way. I'll be making new videos every week until the new season gets released. I hope to see you all back here for those also. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye.